Are we on? Okay. All right. Welcome. I'm so glad that you are all here to see our little Vacation Bible School end of the week program. We're so glad that you joined us. These kiddos are very excited to show off everything that they learned this week during our Island VBS. Island was our theme this week, if you hadn't already heard that. And we spent the week learning about God and Jesus while exploring items that you might find on or that you might need when you're on an island. So for those of you that might not know who I am, my name is Lisa Jasmer. I am the Director of Faith and Family here at Grace. And so I've been fortunate enough to be able to hang out with these kids all week. And now we get to show off what we learned, right, guys? Okay, so how this is going to go is we are going to have a student, or actually two students per come up and tell us about each day. And in between, we're going to sing the song we learned that day. So most of these songs, these kids have never heard before, especially the first two. So they've learned them all this week. Couple of them had heard the third day song before, and then the fourth day song they all knew, but we just did it today, so it had to be one they knew so they could do it. So, but it worked out well, and everybody did great. And so I think we are ready to get started. So Aiden and Layton are going to come and tell us about day one, and we will sing our songs for you.
Our theme on Monday was Safe in God to Love. Our item of the day was a life preserver. Because we learned how Jesus kept his disciples safe from a storm when they were on a boat one day, and how he keeps us safe too, just like a life preserver.
We made sensory bottles with little boats inside and had boat races. Learned a song called Jesus Calms the Storm and played outside with balls, frisbees, chalk, and bubbles.
Jesus and disciples were out on a lake. Jesus was asleep while the others were awake. They all became scared when a storm suddenly came. The winds became heavy and so did the rain. They woke Jesus up as the rain began to drop, in the hope that somehow he could make it stop. What Jesus would do, they never really knew. They all watched to see just what he would do. He said stop and the storm was through. Clouds were gone and the skies were blue. Seas were calm He said stop and the storm was through. He said stop and the storm was through. The disciples saw that he controlled the weather. No one could believe the way it got better. The rain stopped falling and the winds became calm. The water was still and they were safe from harm. 'Cause he said stop and the storm was through. Clouds were gone and the skies were blue. Seas were calm and the winds were too. 'Cause he said stop and the storm was through. He said stop and the storm was through. The dangerous storm, the men were saved. They all watched Jesus and were truly amazed. They turned to each other and said with a grin, even the winds and the waves obey him. He said stop and the storm was through. Clouds were gone and the skies were blue. Seas were calm and the winds were too. When he said stop, the storm was through. He said stop and the storm was through. The clouds were gone and the skies were blue. The seas were calm and the winds were too. When he said stop, the storm was through. He said stop, the storm was through.
On Tuesday, the theme was Seeking Our Savior. Look to the Lord. Our item of the day was a telescope, because we learned about Peter walking on water with Jesus, how he needed help to keep his eyes on Jesus so he didn't sink.
We made foam crafts and decorated telescopes, played dolphin ring toss, and learned a song called Jesus Walks on Water and played outside.
Disciples on a boat together, pushed to sea by the windy weather. Jesus stayed offshore to pray. Disciples sailed further away. Jesus went to see his men. He walked on water to get to them. The waves were smashing all around, but he was walking on solid ground. Saw him getting close. They got scared, thought he was a ghost. Began to shout and shake with fear until the man on water was clear. Jesus said to them, "Be brave, it's me, Jesus, so don't be afraid." And Peter cried, "I will come to you, and I will walk on water too." And Jesus came on walking on water, walking on water, walking on water. Jesus came on walking on water. Told Peter to come to him, and Peter walked, he did not swim. His faith was strong and now he found he walked on water like solid ground. He heard the winds and began to think, the winds might push me and I might sink. He saw the waves come crashing down, became scared and started to drown. Jesus came by walking on water, walking on water, walking on water. Jesus came by walking on water. They cried to Jesus,
Please save me!
so Jesus pulled him from the violent sea.
Where is your faith?
Jesus said,
Now all you have is fear instead.
they walked back to the boat together.
Our heart was calm despite the weather.
We reached the shore without any harm.
And just with that, the sea was calm. Jesus came out walking on water. 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 Jesus came out walking on
Our theme on Wednesday was God Shelters Me. Our item of the day was a rock. Because we heard the parable of the wise man, we built his house or shelter on the rock, and the foolish man who built his house on sand, he went to be like the wise man and built our lives on the solid foundation of God's world.
We played the rock and wise man, foolish man, where we had to decide which situations were wise and which were foolish. We also made house on the rock, foam crafts, and learned the song The Wise Man Built His House, as well as played outside.
The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the rain came tumbling down. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up, and the house on the house turned to burn. Man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. And the rain came tumbling down. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up, and the house on the sand went crash. The rain came down and the floods came up, and the house on the sand went crash. Our theme today was God guides me. Our item of the day was a compass because we heard the story of Jesus telling Nicodemus that he was sent by God to be the light of the world and guide us like a compass, so we could also learn how we can spread the light of Jesus by doing what's right, helping others, and loving one another.
We made foam compasses, played at the Light of the World game, sang This Little Light of Mine, and played outside.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
hope you enjoyed that. That was fantastic. Like I said, we learned all of this just this week. So we've been practicing 4 days or less on all of this stuff, and they did awesome. So let's give them one more round of applause. And these guys are doing a fantastic job of following directions right now. I asked them after we were done singing to stay in their spot, and they all did, because I was going to give a few directions. We have ice cream treats after this, so in a minute, when I tell them they may go, right? When I tell them they may go, they're going to come and sit with you guys, and then I'm going to book it out here to get the ice cream treats, and I'll bring them out onto the lawn out there, and you can come and pick what you'd like. There are several choices. I think we got fudge pops, a couple different kinds of ice cream sandwiches, regular popsicles. Is that it, guys? I don't remember, but so you'll have lots of options, and so please stick around and join us out on the front lawn in just a minute when I grab the treats and bring them out there. The other thing is your kiddos all have things to bring home today. Since it's the last day, make sure that they get their water bottles, they have compasses and some crafts, and if they have an activity book, if their bag is still here, they can bring that home, so just make sure you help your kiddos get all their things home today too. So thank you all for coming. And thank you kids for coming and doing a fantastic job. And like I said, when I say go in like 1 minute, 1 second, these guys are going to come sit with you. I'm going to head out, and then you can meet me out there for the treats, okay? So thanks everybody for coming. On your marks, get set. Go sit with your parents.
We're doing this with a race.